afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Thomas, how is it going? My day is going awesome so far, and we are out in GTM's T800. This truck was updated the other day for 1.32. Right now, guys, we are sitting here in Portland. Our first load is going to be a load of grain that's going to be taking us over to the General Mills in Ontario, and from there, we're probably going to go down either into Nevada or Arizona, maybe even New Mexico. So without any further waiting, we're going to climb into the truck and get our butts going today. And then also a little bit of news. I am waiting on a new wiring harness to come in for my mega shifter, and the micro USB connector broke off on that. So instead of running an 18, we are only in a 6-speed today. So if you guys are wondering why you don't see like 5 low, 5 high, and things like that, that would be why. And underneath the hood, we do have a Cummins N14 at 600 horsepower. Hey, LeVar, how is it going today? Now, I am absolutely loving the dash that they put into this T800 with 1.32. It's amazing. We've got like little red things here for pointers that go up and down with all the gauges. It is amazing. One thing you might notice today, guys, also is I did get away from the 1080 60 FPS. I'm trying to get the stream so it's a little bit smoother for you guys. So yeah, we just dropped it down to 30 FPS instead of 60. Yeah, going through the tunnel, I guess our headlights are supposed to be on. I am not following that. Alright, we got the bypass. We can hop out and get by the AI here. No further news, LeVar. That 1 to 2 weeks was apparently not for release on the VNL. Hopefully we'll get it sometime in November and at the latest December. think what they want to do is polish the truck up a little bit and then fix any bugs that may have crept into it. Sparko, how's it going today? Oh, and one other thing today, guys, I do want to add, I am not running any graphics mods for today's stream, just the Reshade and SweetFX. My scaling is at 400%. I am doing awesome. We got the day trip to the fruit farm done, got ourselves a half bushel of apples. It's going to be pie baking time tomorrow. I have not jumped on to ETS2 in a long time. Now, depending on what graphics card you are running, Sparko, you may not be able to get up to 400%. Yeah, that's one thing that you do need to back up would be your profiles. If you wipe off your system, ATS and both ETS do not have cloud saves. Yeah, that sounds like a dedicated graphics, either more than likely on your CPU, and that's probably not the best for the game, but if you can get away with it for now, definitely use it, and then start saving up for a graphics card. How is everyone's Saturday going so far? They may, LeVar. I have absolutely no idea, and I don't think anybody knows the licensing details besides SCS. And as I mentioned, I believe the only reason Volvo wants in the game right now is so they can beat International and Freightliner in. So far, so good on this Saturday. No, this is not driving, it's trucking. And how are you doing today, Envious? I do have Sissel's Mega Pack in, but I use very little off of that actually. Right now there's nothing in this truck for Sissel's Mega Pack. Everything that's on there, even though it is compatible, it doesn't sit on the dash properly. already have ETS2. I very seldom play it. Hey George, how are you doing this afternoon? Haven't missed much of anything, actually. AI is not being stupid today for once. We are in the T800 today. Dejan, how's it going? I'm doing awesome. No, they're not going to let us vote on what state is next, although my suspicions are more leaning towards Washington and Utah. To be honest, George, I can't even answer that question. We're on our way over to Ontario to the General Mills. I have heard about it, Thomas, and actually, I am probably not gonna buy it. Yeah, why I did that, I have no idea. Don't want to be tailgating Mr. Mustang. Or would that be Miss Mustang? Nope, that'd be Miss Mustang. It doesn't look on quality with SCS, and from what I saw of the trailer so far, nothing is even licensed. And also it depends on how much they're going to be asking for the game. And if they're going to be asking $40 for it, they can forget it. The only ones that I do have would be like the, I purchased the, oh, what the heck is it called here for ATS? It's the, I did buy Steering Creations. I think that's also for ETS2. And then I also bought the wheel tuning pack, which would also work in ETS2, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's going to be newer since you can't even change the tanks on the truck. And I know how much you hate Def George, but can't change it. You probably could, George. And let's see, where does it want us to put the wagon? Just pretty much like all the other ones. And here I am trying to get used to a 6-speed again, as I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. The micro USB cable on my Mega Shifter broke, so I've got a new wiring harness coming, and also my button box got shipped out today, so I should have that hopefully either Tuesday. I'm gonna be praying for Tuesday, but it might be Wednesday before it arrives. Hey Martin, how's it going today? Oh yeah, we're gonna be getting snow later on tonight, so yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Was this let us bump the dock or not? Oh yes it does. Hey Miles, how's it going today? And let's see what we got here. Where can we go? I'm not going back to Portland. We could take a hell of a trip over to Santa Rosa, but let's go down to Truckee, and we'll be taking that to the Walmart there. And we do have a frozen food load on as our reefer light is on. Pretty much that would be correct, George. So I am not kidding you. Last night it was, well, not last night. Thursday night it was in the upper 20s. Last night was down into the mid 30s. So, yeah. And here, I mean, we get snow here, but hopefully nothing really bad. Our past winters have been actually quite easy on the snow. Andy, there's been no further news for ATS. And from what I gathered with a thread on the SES forums, they are going to be releasing a blog post, well, another licensing situation update. Now, when that comes out, I have no idea. Just from what was hinted, from what I've seen, we are going to be getting another one of those blog posts. Well, where I live at in Pennsylvania, we do, well, it's part of Tornado Alley, but it's definitely not like the Midwest or the southern United States. Now, if there's one thing that I really would love to do is this dashboard that was updated with the T800. If we can actually drop this into a W9, that would be absolutely amazing. Oh, you shouldn't be scared about it at all. They've secured 3 new licenses in a matter of weeks. So we are now only missing 2 major manufacturers, and those are both sister companies to licenses that have already been granted. Never been in a Tornado, George, and I don't want to be. Now, they both have vocational and over-the-road trucks, George. And the Anthem is going to be an over-the-road truck. Take like a CHU or a CHX, and those are mostly your vocational trucks, so dump trucks, box trucks, things like that. That would be completely awesome, Andy. And that is something that the community has asked for. Now, whether or not they can actually do it, that's another question. And I can't tell you guys how much right now I am missing my Mega Shifter. Now, Sparkle, this game was actually supposed to have that. That is why you do see car washes, and they may be working on it internally. Why it wasn't in the game was they were not happy with the results of the way the dirt looked on the trucks and whatnot. So I believe they might be waiting for DX11 in order to bring that feature back into the game. Yeah, but the thing with the Mac R, George, is it's no longer made. SCS is going for current production trucks. So that's gonna be your CHU, your CHX, the Anthem. I don't see them going for a Mac R. And if they ever put a get the dirt on the trucks fixed to where they actually like the way it comes out, how much you want to bet someone's going to come out with a mod for the truck washes that say Blue Beacon? No, you do not, Andy. There was a mod that did that, although it was quite laughable. SCS will probably never release a K200. That's more of an Australian truck than anything else. You mean underneath the beta tab, Sparko? That's currently set to none, opt out of all betas. Now, I agree, CB radios would be awesome. And then have the CB chatter like they had in one of their older games. What I think it was one of the Holland series that they had that in. Probably not, George. And K100 will probably not be added either. Now that betas tab, when 1.32 was released, they released it in an open beta so the community was able to help SCS find bugs. Opting into a beta is optional, you do not need to do it, and it is recommended if you do hop into a beta that you do not run mods. And the reason for that is you're helping to find bugs. Some people will run mods, namely myself. So, I mean, I try to have anything that's not gonna conflict with gameplay itself, so we're good there. We probably are not gonna be seeing a 387 either. I mean, as I mentioned, George, they are going to be going for production trucks, not something that is out of production. And the one truck that is going to be going into production here very shortly that I hope never gets added, and if it does, I will never drive it, and that's going to be the Tesla. I'm sorry, but that is not a truck. Now, if the truck manufacturers ever do allow an older truck, I wouldn't mind paying for like a nostalgia truck pack or something like that. That would actually be a very cool idea in my opinion. But getting the trucks to be licensed, that's going to be where the issue lies. That is true, Sparkle, but it is a new game mode, and my guess how that is going to work is currently, like Farm Sim 17, you are able to rent a server to play with your friends, and that does cost you money, mind you. And that is what I think how they are going to have that set up, is you're going to be renting a server that does allow AI traffic. I will run the W990. I mean, it looks like a T880 and a T680 had a love child. That's basically what it looks like. That is correct, George, but I think, as I mentioned, the only reason Volvo is allowing the truck to go into the game is because they want to beat Freightliner and International into the game. So they can say, hey, we're the first non-PACCAR truck that made it to ATS. We'll see about a second stream today, but I'm not gonna guarantee it, Martin. Checking the store, Sparko. The only ones that I have are ATS and ETS2. We are in GTM's T800, fully updated for 1.32. Some of the paint jobs do not work. They are working on getting it fixed, hopefully. But this did get the truck up to 1.32 and also gave us a new dashboard. Cummins N14 at 600 horsepower. Well, the only long-nose Freightliner that's still in production would be the 122 SD, or otherwise known as the Ornata. I have not done any of the events for ETS2. Probably not going to. More than likely not, Sparko. Hopefully, when SCS starts adding accessory packs, we would have some options for different hood ornaments. No, because that's a World of Trucks event, Martin. You do need to do that through WOT. They could if they wanted to, George. And here's the thing with the older trucks, Andy. You are able to add them into the game through mods. But you won't be able to use those mods in Truckers MP. But if you do a lot of single player like I do, I mean, mods are an absolute godsend for some older trucks. that was when I ran the Coronado, that was an engine that was included in the mod. And now, Truck said I would like to see SCS add from Freightliner. Definitely the Classic XL. Would love to see a FLD 120 in there also. Not so much the Argosy. Yeah, you can still buy it only as a glider kit, but still, I am not a huge fan of cab overs. That's because I got it off of one of my Facebook groups. What do you mean lost your multiplayer account? It's called ATS Mod Share. Julian, how is it going today? Thanks for joining in on the stream. Do you know what email that you use there, Andy? I mean, have you tried to do a password reset? Check the discussions and then you will find the link for the Coronado. Jesse has most of the trucks that he has converted underneath a post in the discussion. You'll just want to then click on see more and that will show you the complete list of what he has updated. Open a support ticket if that didn't work, Andy. No idea, George. That's something that you're going to want to ask SCS. Oh, the 379 is a great truck. pretty much, George, the 389 is the same as a 379. It's got a little bit longer hood and updated options on it. Other than that, it's the exact same truck. And then, of course, what you absolutely hate is DEF. And so that was one of the biggest differences. It might be the second posting down. You will see it will show a list of trucks. You're going to want to click on see more. Either that or use the search on the left hand side and just type in Ornata. Is that an amusement park? No, that looks like some kind of salvage company. Darn, I thought that might have been an amusement park there for a moment. That would actually be cool to see, is an amusement park and a roller coaster going up and down and around the track. Anthony, yes, I am having a great weekend so far. I mean, my button box got shipped out today. I've got a new wiring harness coming for my mega shifter. So next week, everything is going to be all up and ready to go. We will have the shift cam on for the first run with the button box too. Oh, bus, seriously? Oh boy. You better slow down, because I'm not. There we go. Sorry, driver. Now, the one thing with Volvo is you either love it or you hate it. There's no in-between with their trucks. Me personally, I don't have a problem with them. I would actually hop into a Volvo and drive to my heart's content. On Facebook, ATS Mod Share. And there is a link inside of the discussions there, also for a fully updated Classic XL with airlines. Oh yeah, I do have a camera already set for that, Sparko. I did put the N14 into the Cummins. That is correct. Since I do know how to swap out engines now, I did do that. Come on, box truck, get your butt over into the granny lane. Oh, stupid Nightbot, why are you putting that out there twice? I believe he's been updating his truck, but his version is a paid mod for the XL. The one that's been out there, I believe it was converted from the one of the 18 Wheels of Steel games and then converted into ATS is how I believe it was done. Very good question, George. We will find out once they release the 670. And I'm going to say more than likely, no, you're not going to see like a drop visor on a 389 or a W900 on there. But I would imagine they will have some chrome versions. Yeah, that is a newer version. John Ruda, I believe, is updating his also, but is keeping it as a paid mod. That's because you're spelling it wrong. It's Coronado. And I sure hope there is a fuel station in Truckee. I completely forgot. I should have stopped back there and got fuel. Yes, he does, and that is why I pretty much modded an N14 into there. Alright, thank you, Anthony. I don't mind the sound of the engines in like the FLD since that is an Oddfellow truck, but the Jakes are not loud enough for me. Yeah, we're just gonna sneak in here right now and get this done. We're gonna go in the wrong way though. I really don't feel like turning around. Good question, Chrome Trucker. Don't beat me up for this, but probably Frosted Shredded Wheat. I don't believe I have, Martin. going to pull right up here in order to get our butt straightened out, and then we'll be good to go. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, we are definitely getting out of California. We haven't been to Sholo in a while, although that is a hot load going over to Page. 41,000. Let's go ahead and take that one. I'm gonna be using mods for stuff like that. I don't believe SCS is gonna be licensing truck stops. Now, the Sweethearts would actually be a Lubs, and then you will see the Pedros. Those are actually Petros. Flying Hooks are, I mean, that's going to be synonymous with a pilot, so those can be interchanged. There's one in Albuquerque too. I would love to see the Iowa 80 in the game. Not the bland coast-to-coast version of it, but in actual representation, that would be sweet. Take care, George. Yeah, we're going to be a little bit of a left lane outlaw here. Dog, how's it going? Long time no see. We just got a load, I believe, used packaging or pallets on the wagon. Yep, empty pallets. I'm sorry about all the camera movement, guys. I had to get myself a drink. And that right there is why you do not drink and drive. Are you sure you filled the tanks up the whole way, Martin? If the tanks were fuel and then 100 miles later they were empty, that sounds more and more like a mod conflict. a good 99.9% of the time I am running with realistic fuel consumption on. Were you running any economy mods by chance? I believe, Andy, the one I believe was the Solaris edit that is in the ATS Modshare group on Facebook. I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to use it, Sparkle, but if you want to, go right ahead. Oh, this is a bad idea, but we've got slow AI and I am not slowing down. And that's why they were slowing down. Oh man, I just love it when you step back into the accelerator from the Jake being on. That turbo whistle takes me back to driving a W900. I appreciate it, Sparko. And having experience driving one of these in real life, I try to mimic the way the braking is in a truck, so I don't have that turned up since these things do not stop on a dime, especially when fully loaded. In order so you don't wear out your service brakes also, that's what the Jake is used for. It's a, you can call it a supplemental braking system if you want, even though that's kind of what it is, but not really. What up, driver? Once we get through Tanopa here, I did want to get in front of them since the AI normally does not do more than like 65. Depends on how well the Jake is, actually. Anything over, I would say, 120 decibels can start damaging your hearing. And that's why they always say not to blast music if you're wearing headphones and things like that. I do not. The volume on my computer is 100, but my headphones, I'd say, is probably down around 35, 40. Oh, this is a modded profile, Sparkle. You don't even want to know. Yeah, the level on this one, since I did mod it, is like 567,000. HN Immersive Symbols. Now the mod icon that changes the icons, what I'm mostly using now is one that's called icons with an exclamation point. which one are you wanting to use, Sparkle? The same one that I have? So the X's on the ground at the entrance and then also the lines of where you're going to be backing in at? Or do you want a manhole cover and cones where you're supposed to back in at? Oh, so changing from like Walmart into Walmart and say sell goods into Costco, like a real company mod? Or you mean the actual symbols that you see on the GPS? I am not running any GPS mods. Now, if you're looking for one that would change the color of the GPS to something that you would see more realistic, look for one that's called Google Navigation. Yeah, I don't know which one that would be. And as I said, I am not running any GPS mods whatsoever. And everything is all base here, with the exception of a real company mod that I am running. And Jesse, we are currently on our way to Sholo, Arizona. I am not on coast to coast. The only thing that I am running that would change the default names is I am running ATS real logos and then a real company mod. That is it. And the ATS real logos would be like the road signs and changing some of the like UDS into UPS and U-Hoo, the U-Hool into U-Haul and stuff like that. stupid police. Yes, it is, Anne. Really, Swift? You just had to turn left, didn't you? Bye-bye, Swift. We're definitely not staying behind Best in Crash. Oh boy, we nearly gave that guy a Kenmore tattoo. It should show like cones and maybe some like roadblock things, barriers. You should see a manhole cover. And it's HN, like Henry Nancy. There's no H and. those are more than likely coming, Martin. What we've got so far is just the beginning. Oh, it's a great relaxing game if you can ignore the AI being stupid 90% of the time. And if this keeps up here, we're in a 65 mile an hour zone, we're doing 78. I am just cruising for a driving award. That's a DPS vehicle in front of us, too. Ha, yeah, it is. We better slow down. Hey Zach, how's it going? T660, not, that's, well, I was gonna say not a bad truck, but I do like the look of it. One of the guys that I bowl with on Thursday night bought a 2014 International Pro Star. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying today's live stream, make sure you give the stream a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and slap that red subscribe button. Want to get a notification every time I upload a video or go live? Make sure you hit the gray bell afterwards. Francisco, how's it going today? For me, we are hanging in there. We just gotta bump over here. Chris, how's it going? Willie, what is up today? And we are currently in GTM's T800. keep yourself in the road, Coda. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream and a couple of times throughout. Normally I run a mega shifter, and that is a real world American shift knob that's been converted for use on PC, but the micro USB connection broke off the Arduino, so of course I cannot run it. So we're just in a straight 6 today, and I do have a new wiring harness arriving. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday next week I will have that. I don't know yet, Martin. Uh-oh. Alright, we saved it. Oh, that is the flat UI from Sissel, Sparko. Are you running out of hard drive space, Chris? I have never heard of ATS uninstalling itself. Just search Flat UI on the Steam Workshop. I have absolutely no idea what's going on there, Chris. I have never had a problem with any of my games uninstalling themselves. Bye-bye, Wiener Wagon, and putting reefers in median every day. So long. Did you move your Steam install directory onto that hard drive? The only thing I can think is if you tried to move your Steam directory onto that hard drive, there's a certain steps that you do need to do, and if you don't follow them correctly, it could cause issues. You might want to look at a video on YouTube if that's what you were doing. Oh, only one hard drive. Okay. I would have no idea then. Yeah, you might want to do a search on the Steam discussions for ATS. That's not the first time I've heard of the game uninstalling itself. Vabe, how's it going today? Yikes! Will they be back up for work on Monday? Why did I say I was going to Sholo when we're actually going to Page? I am like so stupid. On weekends, my brain does not function. Oregon is amazing. I've been spending a lot of time up there lately. You running any mods on ETS2 there, Sparko? I'm gonna have to try that out and see if my game crashes. Because I've never heard of SweetFX or Reshade causing a crash of a game. And back in that corner, no, blindsiding in one of these things is not something you should do. I do want to thank you guys for watching this Saturday afternoon for It's Not Driving, It's Trucking. My name is Coda. Channel's name is Amazing ATS. And again, if you did enjoy today's content, make sure you give the stream a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, hit that red subscribe button. And excuse me, I am gonna hop on the hottie here and get myself some dinner. So if I do stream again later, I hope to see you guys. Otherwise, we will catch you for Sundays are for trucking tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Saturdays. As always, keep that shiny side up, and we'll see you on the flip flop.